Welcome to another video and episode on my robotic hand and arm with actually a pneumatic hand. The robotic part is the base pivot, the pitch for the arm, for the up and down movement, and the wrist. This is pneumatic, controlled by interface and pneumatic engine, compression chamber, and the engine of my own design. Lately I have been concentrating on this part, and last time on improvement of the wires down here and on the other side for the yaw motor, which is right here actually. And what I've been ignoring and neglecting is this part. And moreover, the whole of the yaw movement, but more specifically this part. Because when you look at if the yaw would have been completely correct, it would be this movement and this movement. And here it goes wrong, because this part can move freely and this part can't, because of the thing which is getting in its way. So this can completely go straight and this one can't. So how can I solve this? Well, one solution would be to replace this one by a longer one. Another solution would be to replace this one and mount it to the last part, just like here. But that's giving a little bit of a problem. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. So, solution to change this one into this one, which is half shorter, but when looking at this distance, it's too short. I want this to be equal. So this short one is well, out of the equation. Next one is this one, and then this would be right here. So I would have more room to move on. And the whole thing is as well that when I look on the other part down here, where the other construction is, it is exactly at the same point. So yes, there is somehow a difference, and of course this one is different. This down below, it is 3. This one is 4 because of the length of it. And if I didn't do that, I would have to change a lot of things, so I'm not going to do that. But it won't be straight as right here. At least I don't think so. Although when thinking of it, I could change it into a 3 and then have some constriction which goes from here to here. And then this one could change it. But then again it would interfere with this bipolar switch, so that's not a good idea. As always, more than one solution to the to the end. And what is easier to do? Well, for this I would have to remove everything, and for this one I would have to remove this one and the whole thing as well, except for this. So that's a little bit less. Well, I think I'm going to try it. So let's see how that ends up. Right, so now I have removed this part which switches this one coming out of here. I'll put it right here, and now I have to remove these two clamps and this part. So now this has come off, and time to put the larger one on. And then I have to keep in mind that things can be pushed down, so I have to withhold it on this lower side, prevent it from going down. And that sounds easier than it is. And one problem is that these are flat ends and not round ends, so the clamps do not clamp easy. So that is one. Now I have to attach that clamp, and there goes one. So that is a problem. Success is not guaranteed on this one. Both ends on the lower side are equally as long, so that's not the point. I just worry about the rest. And there it goes again. So that's going to be a problem. Who knows? The big part is attached now, and the problem that the clamps wouldn't stick was that by hanging downwards, these parts are in an angle towards the connecting part, where everything is connected and the axle is put through, so it would never fit. So I had to lift the hand horizontally, and then everything would be horizontal and fitting. So now this part is supposed to be there, but not here, not the way this is, but it will have to be longer like here. So I have to reconstruct this part. So yeah, let's go on and try that one. And with this small part in between, lightweight and correct distance, so I can just put it in here. And now for some clamps. And that's going to be a challenge here as well. Here less of a challenge, but it has to work, should work. Alright, all fixed now. And the question is now, alright, this can move better, a lot better. Not as good as this one, but as good as it gets for now. So with that fixed, how to go on? Well, one problem is certain. Then we have to look at the winch. The winch is attached, has a cord, of course, and it's attached here. Now the problem is that if I put the whole algorithm to work, then I will have a problem, because this is constantly rolling. It's the roll of the wrist after all. And well, if you have seen my previous videos, then you know this is going to take 2 seconds. The yaw motor will work for 2 seconds in one direction, then it goes one way in another direction, and that may not be such a good idea, because that is also why I have the cords now very much without tension. Otherwise it has proven that the roll simply won't work, it gets stuck. And the motor, or this is, as you can see, directly attached. So when I move the hand, this will work. So how to solve this? Apart from lifting this one up to the elbow, which I actually do not want to do, because that takes such an enormous amount of work, because I have to detach everything that is mounted here. A huge reconstruction. So in a simple thing, right now I don't know. What I can test is if this one works just with the algorithm. No, not with the algorithm, with the diagnostics. So only only have the yaw motor to work, and then see whatever happens. So let's see how that works out. So now I have here the diagnostic interface, I have Python, and I have the terminal, quite familiar. So right now I will do only diagnosis. Okay. And what to take? Well, that is of course only the yaw motor, and then I look at the code, which is the roll. And the roll motor, now there's the switch. Okay, yaw motor 8, which is slave number 4. So does it even work? Oh yeah, it certainly works. In order to get it to work nicely, I have to bring more tension into the cord, otherwise it won't do a thing. So here goes more tension on one side as well as on the other side. And that is slipping. Ooh, yeah, I see something. Okay, that is something I didn't take into account. The cord is not wound up equally, so I have to do that first. And Although, is that true? Oh, I see another point. They are both wound up from the top, while one has to go from the top and one from the bottom. That is a problem. So I have to fix that one first. I didn't realize that one. So now they are both unwinded and winded at the same time. Not a good idea for a winch. Right, that's been sorted out. Rewind the winch in one direction and one side is automatically going under. So let's see how it works out now. One is released and one is being pulled at. And that's not working out because the gear is slipping in a big way. Other side. One is being released while the other one is wound up, which is logical. And the gear is slipping. So right now it looks like the hand is even too heavy for the old gear. Just way too heavy. So how am I going to solve that? A very good question, but no answer. I have it in kind of carbon couple, and now I do have other ones, but they are way too weak. I have a bad experience with those from earlier experiments. So yeah, good question, but how to solve it? So right now I have the following situation, that this gear, which is in a kind of, well, it's a 90 degrees angle, but a kind of cardan couple, kind of, because it won't change position, which is possible by, with a real cardan couple. And you can just move it like that and it will work. And this one is now kind of fixed. This one is no longer in tension. This one is. I had to shorten it quite a bit. That's no problem. But with this is completely tense. And the motor or the gears are slipping. So this is way too heavy. Well, I can move it easily with my hand. But this is not taking it. And that's the problem. How to do that? Well, of course, I have right up here 2 counterweights to compensate for this whole part. Where this one is slightly heavier than the counterweights, otherwise the lower gearbox for the pitch would have no meaning. But this shows that this is quite heavy. The hand itself is quite heavy. So although a very nice idea, this construction is not going to work out. So that means that I will for now ease the tension quite a bit. Here as well. So the yawl will work, but then another way how to solve this one, and that's another point. If you have your hand, you can with the muscles easily control it. Here I don't have those muscles, so I would have something, I should have something that holds it like this and lets it down again. That means that I would have another gear, another winch that pulls the hand up and releases it. Releasing takes no winch on the downside because the gravity pulls it down anyway, but that it just pulls it up somehow, and that would make it easier for the yawl to work. That's an interesting idea. And of course I could for now start doing that by using this winch for just that purpose. So leaving the yawl movement as it is and use it simply for this movement. The question is of course how to guide the wire, but that's another thing, and will it be strong enough to do it, because this is quite heavy. I'm not quite sure. The idea of using the yawl motor for lifting the hand is a nice idea, but I would have to reprogram everything, because now the roll alternates with roll. No, the roll alternates with the yawl anyway, and then it would be separate. Do I have a motor that is equally as strong? No, I don't. And they're not cheap. So I would have to use a different winch and different motor, because to change everything, reprogram, well, reprogramming would be a part of it, but not like this. So this would stay intact. And another question is when to lift the motor, lift the hand, because the roll is doing its job anyway. And when is the ideal moment to lift the hand? Is it in the middle? When do I lift it? When do I release it? At a certain point. The switch 11 has its waiting moment anyway, so it would be a nice idea to do it then. Let's take a look further. No, that's the end of it. And this is the lower gearbox, so that doesn't matter. So something here would have to change. But I do need other material. Anyway, I think that's a nice thought for a nice idea for next time. How to work it out is another question. Let's wait and see what I come up with, because I don't know yet. And with that challenge for next time, I thank you for watching. Anyway, one reconstruction that will work out, but the old that doesn't work. And as it looks now, won't work, unfortunately, unless I find something for this construction. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment or suggestion, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please be so kind to support the videos and my blog by making a donation via PayPal or Wired. And you can also choose to become a patron and have your name mentioned. Your name will be mentioned on my website, and depending on the pledge, also with my video in one or more ways. This is obviously going to be continued, one way or another. So for now, have a nice day. Oh, by the way, you can find all information, including the URL of my website, right down under this video. Like I said, to be continued. Have a nice day and bye bye.